As I just said, my name is Eric McSpadden. I'm sitting here with Mr. Dylan Triplett, and I've been selected to interview you.
Oh, yes.
I've never interviewed anybody before. So
it's all right. It's all right. We're going to take our time. We're going to take our time.
So what I would like to know, Dylan, is first of all, how old are you?
I am 24 years old.
You're 24 years old.
Yes, sir.
Were you born in St. Louis?
I was born in East St. Louis.
East St. Louis.
Yes, sir. Illinois.
All right.
Right across the bridge.
Now, if I remember correctly, was it you that your dad used to bring down the Hammerstones when you was a little boy?
that was me.
This is the same kid.
It's the same kid. They used to call me Little Dylan. Little Dylan.
I thought so. Your dad was a musician.
Yes.
Maybe played saxophone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm doing all right so far.
Yes, sir, you are.
And so what started you in music?
What started me? Well, music has actually kind of been a part of my family for a long time. All of my family has done it to some degree. You know, they've never done it to the scale, that we're going to, but like,
so
they've
you're
done
from
it to
a music family?
Yes, sir.
Do you play instruments also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I play keys. I can dabble around in guitar and bass and drums. I can do a little bit of everything to get around.
Okay. That's interesting to know because I wasn't for sure. I've always known you as a singer.
Yes, sir.
Did you sing in school choirs or church or anything like that?
Yeah, I started off singing in church when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I started off, with my grandmother going to church, East St. Louis, every Sunday. And then my dad, he thought that, my voice was good for secular music as well. So he soon then after started to introduce me to other music as well.
Okay.
That kind of taught me, how to adapt and, change up, depending on what's going on.
Okay. The reason I asked you that question is because you sound like you grew up in a Baptist church. I grew up in a Baptist church.
Yes, sir.
And I know that sound. Is
Yes,
that correct?
Sir. Yes, sir. Old school Pentecostal. Old school Pentecostal.
Okay. Pentecostal, close
Yes, sir.
enough. It's like, in other words, I could hear that church in your voice.
Yes, sir. Most certainly.
And how'd your career get started? Your current career that you're on?
Yeah, so I did the IBCs in 2018-19. And I didn't win. I didn't go past the first round,
Okay.
But I think that was probably one of the best things that have ever happened to me because a man by the name of John McVeigh made a call for me, and he was like, "Hey, I think that this kid deserves a chance." And somebody took a chance on me, and that's how it all started.
Okay, so I take it by that you were encouraged by John McVeigh.
Yes, sir.
What a guy! He's a really nice man.
Oh yes, most certainly.
How's your career going at this moment?
It's going phenomenal. Honestly, I'm doing things that I'd have never thought in a million years I'd be doing. As a kid growing up, like we didn't really have much to go on vacation and do things like that. So,
right.
Being able to do all of these things and, being paid to do them and doing it because it's the joy, it's the joy of my heart. You know what I mean? I don't do anything else in my life. This is it.
Are you traveling a lot at this moment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, this next month I'll be on Tuesday I'll be going to Vegas for the Big Blues Bender, and then I'm coming right back to St. Louis, back here for the festival, Music at the Intersection.
Okay.
And then shortly after that, I'm going on the Jimi Hendrix Experience. So I'll be gone.
You're too big time for clubs and stuff anymore, huh?
Not too big time, just busy. Busy for clubs.
Busy.
Yes, sir. Most certainly.
Okay, well, it's good to see you. And since the first time I saw you, it seemed like you was like that big and stuff.
Yeah, at the Blues Museum jams and all that stuff like that, just young
and I remember at that time, I think I asked your dad. It seemed to me like your range has increased.
It actually has.
Yeah, because I remember at that time when I saw you were a little kid. I said, I don't think this kid ever went through any puberty with his voice.
Right.
And I actually asked your dad that question, if I remember. I said, because as far as vocally, I never went through any puberty. So, I didn't have the cracking voice or I never went through any of that stuff, And I remember asking your dad when you were a little kid, I said, this kid don't sound like he ever went through any puberty or anything with his voice. He's just a natural singer. And it seems to me like your voice is, your range has increased and stuff. That's why I asked you.
Yes, sir. It has increased. I've gained more on the low end than on the high end too. You know what I mean?
Right,
so it's like I'm starting to, move over into my next phase of artistry.
Okay.
The first phase was me young. I was 18 years old when I recorded my first album.
Right.
And I didn't really have, much to base myself off of range wise, but now I'm like, I'm getting some extra tutelage and getting all some extra help and stuff like that. So it's helping a big time, So
as far as a singer, are you just interested in a certain genre, or do you enjoy singing various genres of music?
So I do blues. Blues is gonna be my life, but that is not the only thing that I do.
Okay.
And I'm classified as just an artist. You know what I mean? Maybe not just blues, maybe not just soul, but an artist. And that's the first thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like we get stuck in putting ourselves in these boxes, which is fine, you know what I mean? But like as an artist, we're just artists. We do whatever we feel, you know what I mean? Whatever feels right to us.
Well, you got a real versatile voice, in my opinion, and that's kind of why I asked you that question.
Well, thank you.
I think the last time that I saw you was it's been over a year, and I think it was at
Sheldon.
The Sheldon.
Doing that recording.
Better than mine.
Yeah, doing that recording.
Yeah, so that's been a while, a couple years.
Oh yeah, it's been 2021. So it's been 3 years now.
Okay, 3 years and stuff. Well, I was surprised to see you when you rolled up on me downstairs, and I was like, really, enjoyed hearing you sing and sit in, and just seeing your face again for a moment. And I'm glad that I got this opportunity to do a little bit of interviewing you. This ain't quite my shtick. Is that a proper word? I don't want to say the wrong thing on the radio and stuff, but I enjoyed this brief moment. I got to talk to you, and I want to wish you all the luck.
Yes, sir.
And stay in touch and keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
And don't let nothing stop you.
Yes, sir. It's always an honor. It's always
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dylan, you got any questions for Eric?
Yeah, as I'm getting older into this blues thing, I'm starting to notice that there are a lot of changes to how I approach the blues. How do you feel you adapted to your changes whenever you switched? You know what I mean? Whenever you started to kind of rebrand yourself the older you got as an artist.
Kind of repeat that. I think I'm not.
Yeah. So how did you rebrand yourself as an artist whenever you were getting older and in the game?
Okay. A lot of it is natural because as you get older, your body changes, everything changes about you. Your voice changes. At this point, I don't really play very much blues and stuff like that. So as far as rebranding myself, I've always been interested in a lot of different music, so it's kind of hard to say that I'm rebranding myself because since I've always done different types of singing and stuff like that, I just sing what's available to me. So rebranding, I'm really not a singer anymore. Everybody I play for, strictly a harp player now, and I 99% of my gigs are pop gigs and folk gigs and country gigs and stuff. So I'm just doing what I have to do.
Keeping it fresh.
Yeah, just keeping it fresh. And
sure.
That's my way of rebranding myself, Another thing, I'm tired, for one thing. And I can't perform as hard as I'd like to anymore and stuff.
For sure, I understand.
So, yeah, it's just a natural process you go through and stuff, So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think that's all I have. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been such an honor to talk to you. Like, seriously, it always is. It
pleasure.
always is.
You got a long way to go.
Oh yeah. You know, but it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time on the way. You know,
I
we're
know
gonna
it,
have a good
I know
time.
it.
So, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.